Hey guys, Maga here. Now before I start the video, I do just want to say that from now on my SFM clips in middle of the videos will look 10 times better and more smoother than before, basically because I was rendering my SFMs in the wrong settings, and now thanks to Classy Magician's magical words, I'm able to render my clips at full 1080p 60 frames per second, which just makes it so much better. Hey guys, Maga here. Now before I start the video, I do just want to say that the price range is going to be 14 keys. I also do want to say that man, do the unusuals effects look awesome. There's only 2 unusuals that are robo in the entire list, which just make the unusual list even better. That is all I wanted to say. Let's start the video in 3, 2, 1, and boom. Coming in at number 10 is a engineer's cap for only 13 keys. Now the unusual effect, kilowatt, it ain't that bad, but the cap itself, the hat itself, really pulled it down for me. It doesn't really suit the engineer, and it really pulled it down. The hat really pulled it down, but the effect ain't that bad. That is all I have to say about this hat. Let's go on to the next one. Coming in at number 9 is a terawatt hot rod for only 10 keys. Now the hat itself, it's an awesome hat. Plus it really suits the engineer, and the effect terawatt ain't that bad. Plus if you think about it, it's not that, it's way better than the cap, the one below this hat, which was 10th. And the 9th hat, it really deserves the 9th spot because it's a cheap unusual that you can get and really suits the engineer too. That is all I have to say about this hat. Let's go on to the next one. Coming in at number 8 is a disco beatdown plug-in prospector for only 14 keys. Now this unusual effect, disco beatdown, it's such a cool, good-looking effect because it's kind of like beads, glowing, circles floating off of it. Plus, it's kind of like Miami Nights included as well. And the effect itself, such a good-looking effect. However, the hat really pulled it down for me because the plug-in prospector is in fact a robo hat and is the robo version of the oil geyser. Basically, the oil geyser is it just looks way better than this hat from a distance. I mean, if you're interested in really good-looking effects, however, if you don't really care about robo hats, I mean, you should really go for this hat if you're really into engineer. That is all I have to say about this hat, other than it looks awesome and just deserves the 8th spot. Coming in at number 7 is a orbiting fire Professor's Peculiarity for only 14 keys. Now this is just an awesome, unusual effect. Orbiting fire ain't that bad. Plus, Professor, the hat itself ain't that bad too. There's 2 styles, one's Maniac and one's Tamed. I'll put them on the screen right now, but I kind of like the Maniac better, but because why would you want the Tamed one? It's just, the Tamed version does not look that good. You can actually change the color of the hair and make it black and make it even better than what it looks like right now. Plus, the glasses on the hat is actually the Professor spec. It's an identical version of the Professor spec, which just make it even awesome. You get extra glasses with a hair. I mean, in a game where glasses can be equipped as a cosmetic and you lose a cosmetic slot, there's a hat with a glass and hair, which is really cool. Plus, the hat is kind of like, makes the engineer look old, and he's been working extremely hard and he's been losing hair, but it's not really that bad. Coming in at number 6 is a Stormy Storm Western wear for only 12 keys. Now this unusual effect ain't that bad. Stormy Storm, it's a pretty good unusual effect. Sometimes you can see lightnings, effects on top. Plus, Western wear ain't that bad too, and only 12 keys. I really don't have much to say about this hat, other than it's a pretty good looking hat. Plus, there's tiny bullets on top. Yeah, it just deserves my 6th spot. That is all I have to say about this hat. Let's go on to the next one. Coming in at number 5 is a orbiting fire safe and sound for only 14 keys. You can actually wear it on the Brainiac hairpiece and the Professor's Peculiarity, and you can actually do double unusual effects, which is really cool. Now the reason it's on my 5th spot is because you can actually wear it on hairpieces for the Engineer, and here you can see me wearing it with his hair, and it just really suits the Engineer. Plus the orbiting fire ain't that bad, and it's only 14 keys too, and considering you can make a double unusual effect with it, it just deserves my 5th spot. Coming in at number 4 is a steaming Big Country for only 11 keys. Now there's 2 styles to this, one's Nelson and another one's Brooks. I'll show it on the screen right now, but basically this unusual effect steaming ain't that bad, and considering its hairpiece you can actually also wear it with the Safe and Sound, and the Big Country ain't that bad as well. Coming at number 3 is a Miami Nights Oil Geyser for only 14 keys. Now the hat itself ain't that bad, plus the effect Miami Nights is really good looking too, and considering it's not a robo hat, but there's a slit in the middle that really pulled it down for me because it doesn't look as clean, and considering it looks awkward on the Engineer, it doesn't really look that good, and not many people will be interested in this hat. I really don't see that many people wearing this hat, and that's why it's on my 3rd spot. Coming in at number 2 is a Blizzardy Storm's Buckaroos hat for only 12 keys. Now the hat itself ain't that bad, plus the effect Blizzardy Storm, it looks so good, and the hat itself really, the unusual effect complements the hat so well, and considering it's only 12 keys, it's such a good looking hat for such a cheap price. And the hat itself, it's so clean, and there's actually a white thread around it, and it really suits the Engineer and makes him look more Texas, if that made any sense at all. And considering the Blizzardy Storm effect is much better than orbiting fire and Terrawad and stuff, it just deserves my 2nd spot. I really don't have much to say about this hat other than it's such a clean looking hat. There's not that much backstory to it other than it just suits the Engineer and it's a good looking hat. Coming in at number 1, the hat that you've all been waiting for is the Steaming Texas Gallon for only 14 keys. Now the hat itself, it has the word Texas in its name, plus the cowboy hat, and considering, the Engineer's Texas, it really suits him, and the hat with the villain's veil looks so goddamn awesome. I'm just gonna put it on him right now. As you can see, it looks so cool. Now the reason the effect steaming and the Texas Gallon goes so well is because the hat itself is white and the effect is white. Also, on the Texas Gallon, the cheapest Texan Gallon unusual effect is actually steaming as well. So if there was a Disco Beatdown Texas Gallon, of course I would have put it on the list. If there was something like a Miami Night, of course I would have put it on the list. However, there's only a steaming one. I'm not gonna say that steaming is the best unusual effect. Of course, there's other ones like Disco Beatdown and Miami Nights. However, they're a bit more, and steaming's a pretty cheap unusual effect that looks pretty good too. Plus, you can be known with this hat because this hat is a really good looking hat. You can be known as a YouTuber, you can be known as a competitive player, and with the villain's veil, it really complements the hat and makes him look like a thief, a cowboy thief that just kills people. And it just suits the Engineer. So yeah, that is all I have to say. If you did like the video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and hopefully my next video is going to be the cheapest Scout Unusuals. And as always, have an awesome day, and once again, I just want to say that thank you so much for 6,000 subscribers. Also, feel free to disagree and tell me your opinions in the comments below. And as always, have an awesome day, and peace.